I could just play in this all day. Whew. This is what it's about. Hello and welcome to our backyard garden. The planting season is here and we are going to get planting. So I'm sure many of you are wondering, how do you get a backyard garden started? Great question. It all begins with the right kind of soil. And so we're going to go to our local garden center. We're going to get a mixture of soils. We're going to put them together, get raised beds, and start planting. So come with us on this exciting journey and let's get our garden started. First thing, if you're going to plant a garden, is that you need to build your soil. The soils we have, they're very nutritionally poor. And so when you're planting vegetables, you have to make sure that you build a nice soil to make sure that the root system can have proper moisture and good nutrition. This is topsoil. It doesn't have much nutrition in it, but it's great. I like it. So it means it's just to add mass, really, but it doesn't have any nutrition. So I like it because it's not, you know, there's a difference between too hard, too soft. You have to just get the right in between. So I like this one. So I get 4 bags of this. I'm looking for something more organic. I don't want any fertilizers in it. It's organic. Gosh, it's pretty compact. And I'll get 2 of that. It's peat moss. It's not the most environmentally responsible thing because this here they dig up from Canada. So, but it's good for the soil. It's a good thing to make your soil aerated and light. I have a bag home, so I'm not going to buy any today. So now we get the soil. I have to do something for the raised beds. Make sure you buy something. Plus, see, it has, I can just take it and I can use this. It's just what? It's enough to build my raised bed for the vegetables. Basically, when you build raised beds, you need to just need to contain the soil because you're going to have soil beneath, right, which allows the root system, if they need deep root system, but you don't need like a huge raised bed because then you're wasting money and you're wasting the soil. Whew. Yes, so we're back. We've taken all the soil out from the car and we're going to start building our soil. We're in the backyard and this is where it begins. This is where the fun begins. So remember, this is my topsoil, so I'm going to put this one in the bottom. And this is just topsoil, so it has no nutrients in it. It's just for volume. But it's a good topsoil. I like it. You know, the reason I like it is that it has body to it. See, it has some body to it, so I like it. You know, mixed with a little sand, but overall it has body to it. So this is my topsoil. Has no nutrients in it. You know, over time when it breaks down, it will add nutrients to the soil, but you know, this is my topsoil. Good. Next, I have, it says Miracle Grow, but it's organic. Again, everything in the garden, we want it to be organic, because when it's organic, it's not just the ingredients of major fertilizer, which also is not good for the water system, and we have a water well beneath the soil. There are a lot of beautiful springs here, so we don't want to destroy the water table. Woo! Not bad. Let's say you weren't building the soil and you just went and you say, you know what? It says organic soil here at your local garden store. You bought this. Let me show you. if you take it by itself, see now it's moist, but if you take it by itself and you put it down, it's very loose, and it also is very kind of sandy. So what happens is that when you put your soil down, when this dries out, it dries out quickly, and it doesn't retain water well, and it doesn't have, it doesn't hold the root system very well. And though it says organic, and I'm sure it's good, but it needs more vibrancy to it. So here again I have my mushroom compost, and I just want to show you the consistency, what it looks like. Nice, very soil-like, right? Has great consistency, but it's, you know, very nice consistency, and it's very moist. So this shows you that it retains water, or it easily retains moisture. So that's good. What you don't want, you want also to make sure that you have great drainage. So this you would want to mix. You don't want to plant something in this by itself, because I can look at it and say it doesn't have great drainage, right? So that's what that looked like. So here's my topsoil, and I'll put it here. See the difference? This is kind of formed. I could do this, see? This is my compost, retains water, you know, but you still want to mix this. Here's my topsoil, look. See? It's very sandy, it's light. This wouldn't retain much water in it. And when it dries out, it just loses all the ability to hold water properly. So that's what the topsoil looks like. So you always want to mix your topsoil with something else. Is, well, the soil we got from the land. See? Now let's look at this one. Huh? And most of these soil, they're kind of sandy, right? This one is sandy, but it has body in it. So it's not like this sandy. Look, see that? This one is thicker, so it has more body in it. And again, these things, this is to add volume, to add texture, and to add a wholesome soil. And the last one we have is a very, very important part of your soil composition. Now this is very light, and this one is called peat moss. Now if you look at this, see that? This is peat moss. See, it's very light, but it has a very rich texture to it. Now with peat moss, you couldn't just plant things in it. This is to provide, to help with aeration, to help with loosening up the soil, and to help with water retention. Good? And it's also very rich and good for the root system. So we're going to mix all these into one. We're trying to make our perfect soil. So you say, well, how do you know this? Where did you go and study all of this stuff? No, we're experienced. When you love something, over time you will learn. As with everything in life, you know, you just have to dedicate yourself to it, and over time you'll learn what works, what doesn't work. So let's go over again. So we have our compost, our topsoil, our organic soil. See? That's why you got to make your soil, because the organic soil is hardly any different from your topsoil. It's just that they add stuff in it. This is the real soil I got from the property, you know, and this is your peat moss. So here goes. Very light. That's my topsoil. I'm going to take this and I'm going to start mixing it. So I had 5 bags of topsoil, 3 bags of mushroom compost. And I'm going to mix it, till it out. Huh? See? Huh? 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 And it's going to get even better. Watch. Woo! I could just play in this all day. Woo! So we're gonna take our fork, and we're getting a lot of volume, so we can plant a lot of vegetables. And if you don't need all this soil, you don't have to use the same amount of bags. You could just use, right? And you mix that stuff up. Get that bad boy in. Get them in. This is good, but I want to give it a little more body. Not too thick, but just a little more body. So what am I going to do? I'm going to add my peat moss. Peat moss adds body, and it helps with the retention of fluid, of water. See? And it gives it a nice system for the roots. See that? Nice, very nice. So now that we have made our soil beautiful, we're going to use it. So let's go make our raised beds. So this is what we're going to be using for our raised beds. Now, for those of you who have never gardened, you may say, well, what is a raised bed and why is it necessary? Why not just plant it in the soil? Let me show you. Let's demonstrate. You see this? Few things. It's very hard, right? It can be, number one, waterlogged, and this is hard soil. This would stifle the root system because it's too hard. Now, if you're planting a tree with heavy root system, like strong, rigid root system, this may work. And sometimes even if you're planting a young tree, you need to first create a soft spot. I would dig this out and I would pour that soil in it to plant the tree. So by the tree's mature, the root system can, it can run its way through this hard soil. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get this grass up to pick. Prepare my bed, clear a spot. If you don't want to take the grass up, what you can do, you could get newspaper, or you could get these fabrics that they have at your local garden center, and you can just cover it. I'm trying to save money, so I'll just clean out this area, right? Clean out just the right spot, so you don't have any grass below. Get out the root, and the easy way again is to cover it with newspaper and just put down your raised bed if you don't want to spend time cleaning out the grass. Good? And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see all of that? See that? So root, stoning. Very clay, hard soil. All right. Okay. Get my stake. So, for the moment we've been waiting for, let's pour this in. Perfect. Just right. Just right. Now for the extra final, see, I have kale. I got these kale. I sowed some kale from seeds, and these I bought seedlings. I kept them in the pot because I needed more soil to build this. And I plant kale because they're my wife's favorite. I mean, what is a man if he doesn't build a garden for his wife? Huh? See that? Look. See? Because I built the soil. See the root system? They love it. See? Nice root system. That's what's important. And they're looking really nice. So the good thing is that you can just pick the leaves, use them every day, and let it grow. And the difference with kale from the garden, the leaves are tender. They're not the harsh leaves you get at the store. So, see, dig my soil, put in my kale, boom. Voila, or voila. Usually when you're planting things, the question is how far do you plant them? Now these are kale, so I would just plant them maybe like 6 inches apart. And it depends. If you're planting things that fruit, like tomatoes, you want to do it further apart. But when you're planting vegetables, you can do it 4 inch, 6 inches apart. You see that? This is what good soil is about. Look at the roots. They're happy. They're smiling. You see that? They're like, yeah. They're happy. Now I've disturbed them, so, they don't like that. But and the most important thing, the thing that people generally mess upon, you can't just plant them. They're like pets. Yeah, I know I'm overly zealous about my garden, but you got to water it, right? So as soon as you plant it, you water it. And so the last thing is, so we watered, then we're just going to and this will help keep in your moisture. So thank you for watching. Today we combine different types of soil so we can create the perfect mixture so we can plant our vegetables, and we made a raised bed, and in the end we planted some kale. So thank you for watching, and go out and try it. It's very therapeutic, and I'll see you next time. You know what this is? This is a snake. Hey. Oh, you're protecting. Okay. All right. Then I need as much workout as possible.